Good morning, everybody. It's going to be just a quick live, as I stated in the room. Basically, going to go over Lulu. Going to also go over Timo. And I mean, Spy, same, all levels are still applied from last week and the week prior to that. For any other names, all levels are still there. Nothing has changed. The reason I do not go over stocks that we already in or basically have been mentioned is because the levels have not changed. If the levels have changed, then we go back over it and we readjust. So to start off, I want to start with Lulu. I like this name basically for post ER. We played it. We are in it, the 340s for this week, and I'm in the 345s as well. Plus, I'm in some July 345s as well. Just wanted the extra cushion. Basically, last week, what happened? We got a pullback Monday. Come Wednesday, everything started to level out and find a base. And then next thing you know, what happened Friday? We had a nice update. So levels here are as posted. My levels are my levels. Your levels are your levels. Always remember that and keep that in mind. I want you guys to always remember that. Stop worrying about what my levels are and start worrying about what your levels are, because my levels are always subject to change throughout the day. Why? Because I change my levels based off of 4 different time frames: the 4-hour, the 2-hour, the 4D, and the weekly. That's why my levels change a lot. I go back and forth through those because it just basically helps me navigate. How you navigate is based on your preference. So this week we're looking for a target of 343. This is a 4D chart. So the new 4-day starts today, closes Thursday, with a new one opening up Friday. So we're going to go over the average ranges. As you can see, last week's average range was 13. This week, the prior 4-day to that was 25. That was because it was an ER week. We had a nice inside to inside up. Basically, we call that the glizzy. That always has a follow through. So I want to see a move to 340, 344 this come Wednesday, with a max of 360.28 going into next Wednesday. So I'm giving that a week's time. If we can break over 340, 344, that is a key level to get above, as you guys can see going forward. We are in an asymmetrical triangle, one of my favorite setups, and also an ascending triangle. So you have an asymmetrical and an ascending triangle. The ascending starts at the level of 343. That is basically where breakout is going to be at. And then we got the level of 360.28, which is also the asymmetrical triangle, the top trend line. So we want to break above that. That's just basically the 4D on that one. Gonna go over Timo. Timo was another one. Timo, I was up. I was up 5 a.m. I was looking at the chart. I was like, damn, this can move very quickly. And that's exactly what happened. I didn't expect it to move that fast. I was actually expecting it to move that fast Friday. But what happened, it did what I wanted it to do. We got somewhat of an inverse head and shoulders. We have an asymmetrical triangle also on this one as well. We have this is a beautiful setup. We have a flag going. Well, I'm going to actually call it a pennant, not a flag. A bull flag is actually a channel-based trend setup, and a lot of people get that confused. So this is more of an asymmetrical, slight asymmetrical triangle with a pennant. And why I say this is if you just draw your trend lines from top to bottom, you get an idea. Let me just change these colors real quick so you guys can see that. I mean, this is recorded so you guys get an idea. Just going to fix that real quick. I'm going to duplicate this level just so I don't have to reopen it. And basically simple like that. That's a nice asymmetrical triangle there. We're going to activate this just so you guys can see that level there. Next level going in is 473. Can we hit 500 by Friday? Absolutely. But this is a 4-day. So we need a similar move to the last 4-day candle as you see in here. That range was beautiful. It's a 27-point range. Prior to that, it was a small range of 9 points. So we might get an inside week this week, might not. We have to break over last week's prior high. So if we get above that, we're good. Looking for 473.92 to 494 this week. If we can get above 473.92 by Friday to Thursday, and our contracts actually expire in July, so we have enough time. Next up is SPY. Remember, I'm using the 4-day, so you can see that the 4-day is there, and that's the channel. I mean, that's basically the chart that I'm stuck on right now. The bigger the time frame, the better. We are still on track with SPY. SPY has not changed, so there's no need for me to even adjust the levels here. These are the same levels that we went over last week, early in the morning on Monday. Here's your visual. And this is why I don't listen to the masses. I stay focused. We get above 425.56. We got to move to 431.71, 442.84, 451.30, and a max of 470.55. Can we see that this year? Absolutely. Anything's possible. I don't listen to people saying, "Oh, is low volume going up?" Yeah, we had low volume going up for years. Let's keep that in mind too. And what happened? If anything, this was all low volume going up. And we have a cup and handle at all-time highs, plus a Nation Mexico ascending triangle at all-time highs as well. So keep that in mind. We have these wicks. All these wicks off of the 14 and the 30 SMA. If we get any flush, it will be a flush down to the 30 SMA. Keep that in mind. Since we already tested the 14 SMA and we bounced off of that, and that had held support. You can see that blue dotted line there. We're going to edit that real quick, make it a little darker for you guys. And go possibly purple. Yeah, let's go purple real quick. Okay, change that to purple just so you can get an idea. It has been our support. Last test of the 30 SMA was of last year in October. I just wanted to just keep this as simple as possible. I will be going live randomly throughout the week. Another one, we got Roblox levels have not changed. I just always adjust my levels. I was actually teaching my lady this weekend. She actually made all these levels for me, getting her into it. I wanted to teach her based off of last price. I like to focus on support resistance based off of last price. We got a double inside on the 4D, which we got a new 4D opening this week. So any type of gap down below closing of last Friday, I am long and I am bullish. I will pick the range of last 4D, which was 9 points. So what I'm going to do is wherever we open at, let's say I actually prefer us to open below 92.82. So if we get a gap down by a point, which it doesn't look like that's going to happen, but wishful thinking. I got my hopes up. So if that happens, what I'm looking for is a 9-point range. Max range would be about 10 to 14 on the 4-day. So keep that in mind as well. All-time high is still sitting at 103.70. So I want to see us get above. Let me actually duplicate this level here. This is very important to me. 96.90 this week. I want to see us get above that. We get above that, we're on track for a new all-time high. And that next all-time high will be oh yeah, I made a new chart. This is her chart. So just give you an idea. This actually tested the all-time highs, so I got to readjust. So what I'll use is a retracement, because a retracement also gives you an extension as well. Just go high to low. 113.03 on a break of 103.70. That's why I still stick to 120, because you got to remember Roblox is just getting started. So if we tap out, I'm looking for 120. My next target in the next 4 weeks. I gave it 4 weeks time. Why 4 weeks time? Because the more time you have, the better. I know a lot of you guys prefer short-term weekly plays, but those are the most riskiest plays. Only play those if you can afford to lose that amount of money, all right, or what you put into that. So I just want you guys to be focused this week. Again, focus on one name. I see a lot of you guys on off topic. I'm watching you guys, and I'm just like, you guys are complaining about your own strategies. You're not complaining about mine. You're not complaining about my teaching. Just complain about your own strategies. And everything that I've taught and that I've explained to you guys via video or not video, even on Twitter, it's just public information that I put out. It's just something I feel like everybody needs to understand. Focus on 3 names. Stop focusing on what Twitter's focusing on. Stop focusing on what somebody else is focusing on. Pick 3 names, or even go through all your trades that you've made and see what trade pops up the most that you trade a lot, you trade frequently. Focus on that name. Learn it, and once you learn it, it becomes easy. It's just simple like that. At a certain level, how it moves. What day it moves. What ranges it has. Like, don't complicate anything. You guys shouldn't be complicating nothing. You complicate your trades, you overtrade, you wonder why you lose. You wonder why you give all of that back. You guys will, like I tell you guys, and I repeat this almost every live, stop giving back. Stop celebrating when you're up 1 week and then the next week you're pissed at everybody. You're pissed at yourself because you made a mistake. You gave it all back. What's the point of being up 1 week just to give it back the next week? You got to understand that. And I don't understand why you guys do that. You know, like we don't want to hear you guys complain when last week you're celebrating. I don't want to hear a person celebrate one week and then the next week they're complaining. It's like, what are you doing? You shouldn't change whatever you did last week. Don't change that this week. Buy more time if that's the case. Size smaller, you know, it really doesn't matter. Okay. Just stick to something that works for you. And whatever works for you, stay the course. Because a lot of you, and I'm still watching y'all, like y'all have to get validation from another trader or your teammates, like, oh, are you holding this? Are you holding that? Stop doing that. Because you're gonna confuse other people. It's stopping other people from their trading. And it's like being at a job and I'm getting work done. I have to get this work done for the boss. And somebody comes up to me and they're like, and I have a time limit and I got 10 minutes left on the clock to get this and hand these papers into the boss. Somebody's coming over to have a conversation with me, you know, and now that's interrupting me and I already lost track of what I was doing. Now I got to start over. You know, that's another thing. Like, please be mindful and have respect for other traders. This is a reason why we don't ask questions during market hours. From 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. We do not ask questions. We do not interrupt each other. We do talk and everything like that. But when it comes to trading, you have to learn how to have some type of balance to where you can just focus on your trading and all of that. And like me, for myself, I don't mind the DMs and everything like that. But if you're asking me if I'm still holding something or should you still hold something or you're getting into something and you see it, if you have to ask the question, then you shouldn't be in the trade. I made that clear for many months and many years. And I've learned that for myself. If I have to go ask somebody, oh, are you still holding something? I never ask anybody if they're still holding. If I'm asking somebody if they're still holding, it's because I'm either out of the trade or I created the trade or I made that trade and everybody got in that trade because they saw that I was in a trade. And I do not want you guys always in a trade because I'm in a trade. That's why you see what I started and a lot of things as we go on and as we grow, you see that I started a thing where I'm like, these are the 3 tickets that's on the top of my list for the day. And then next thing you know, the bell opens. And then out of those 3 names, I don't even jump into one of them. I jump into some other new name, you know, because mine is always subject to change. You know, I'm always going to run back to a name that always works for me, no matter what. And that's why I say learn 3 names for a couple of months, learn another 3 names for a couple of months. This is how you build your watch list. And then your watch list, you divide it into, okay, this has made me this amount of percentages, or this has been the easiest to trade. This watch list is the watch list that I know I can go back to this stock because I know how it trades so well that I can make my money back or I can just rebuild my account. You have to learn that too as well. Okay, so I'm gonna let y'all go. I gotta get ready. I gotta head out. I love you all. We're opening in 21 minutes. Thread up.